Hey guys, what is going on? This is Chris and Anthony back once again with a recap of last night and a look ahead to today's um, lineups for Tuesday, March 29th. So once again had a very, very, very good night. Anthony scored a unbelievable 368. I didn't do too good. I only scored a 339. So
Yeah, don't
yeah,
get
Anthony
too down
definitely
on yourself there. That's still a really good lineup. I just got lucky last night.
right. Yeah, I mean, yeah, definitely. I mean, it's still cash. Yours obviously cash a little bit better, but I mean, a little bit lower score, but I'll definitely take it. Both of them cash. So, yeah, once again, we had a heck of a night on our premium page. You guys are missing out. One of our subscribers paid $750 last night. So, yeah, definitely, definitely worth your money. Not too much time left, so definitely go on over there.
Any apprehensions about spending $10?
Yeah.
Pretty much all of our subscribers from like new subscribers from since I would say like about 2 weeks ago, every single one of them has made their entry fee back
Oh, easy.
in the first night.
Yeah.
We always get those posts like first night and I hit big.
Hmm. Yeah. So definitely easy to make it back. I'll have both of the links in the comment section for our Twitter, our regular and our premium. Definitely, hit us up, message us to get in on our premium lineups. Not too much time left. Or if you don't have Twitter, you can email us as well. We will have that down there, and email us, and we'll get you all set up. So, anyway, Anthony, you can go over your 368 lineup.
Yeah. Okay. So just going into last night, even in the YouTube video, I really wanted to work Westbrook and Durant in there, but it didn't seem like I was going to be able to fit him in. But all the news came through, and Kufis was going to be starting, so I got him in there for sure. And then the Dwayne Wade news helped out. So starting off, like I said, I had to lock in Rubio and Westbrook. Both of them I knew were going to be like the top 2 point guards of the night. I just Rubio's pretty much underpriced right now. Still, they can't catch up to him. Westbrook, what more can you say about him? 16 triple doubles on the season. He's been as close to a lock as you can get in a point guard. Dwayne Wade, really big night there. He got it was announced that Dragic was going to be out, so you knew that the rest of the guards for Miami were going to have to really step up there. Richardson got the start in the place of Dragic, and he came through really well. Huge value on him, so that was great. Durant, like I said, lock of the night also. There wasn't going to be a better small forward on the slate. It was really ugly last night. I think, even I think Wiggins, he started out really well, but didn't finish that great. I'm not sure. I didn't see, but we just knew we were
Yeah,
going to
he
have to
did
spend
pretty
up at
good.
this position. Okay, yeah. So the thing was too is like I wanted to fit Wiggins in there with Durant, but you're just going to
Mm.
leave the rest of your lineup so weak. So luckily Caspi got announced that he was going to be starting because Rudy Gay was going to sit along with
I
Cousins
was
and
a
Rondo.
little, I was a little questionable with Caspi just because
We
he was
both
going up
were.
against Aminu.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I
But,
mean, I just knew that he was going to have so many minutes on the court that even if he was going to
mhm.
have a lower production per minute, he's still going to get his points, and especially on that price 4,500, you knew he was going to cover that
Mhm.
value even in a down game. Millsap, we said before the podcast, I just for some reason I went with Millsap every even against my best gut feelings. I knew Aldridge was going to have a huge monster night with all those guys out. Just for some reason, Millsap kept coming up. So, I took a bit of a gamble, I think, on him. Aldridge was a lock, but Millsap, he came through still pretty decent. I still happen to post a 368 even without having Aldridge in there, so I'll take that. But definitely would have been even better with him in there. Cauley Stein, um, we knew he was going to have huge minutes. I told you I was a little apprehensive going up against Portland. I thought Ed Davis might give him a little bit of a run for his money. He's a big body guy too, but he still came through even though he didn't start. I think actually that might have helped him out was going up against those second unit guys for Portland. He still got pretty good minutes there and had a really productive night there. So it's really nice to see that rookie coming through. Kufis, we were hoping for better. Just didn't have the greatest game, but we'll still take it.
Yep, definitely will. I'm not really going to go over mine too much, but I had Felton. He was a little different. McCollum didn't do anything. Booker, and then I had Aldridge and Millsap. Definitely both of those guys. Um, so yeah, really, really, really good night. I mean, obviously the scores were a lot higher than usual. I mean,
Yeah, the
any other
cash lines
night,
were
if you had
pretty
a
tough.
three, yep, if you had a 368 any other night, man, you'd be way up there. But
Yeah, you'd be top
you know,
top five probably.
yeah. Anyway, I mean, definitely we'll still take it. Not going to complain about that at all.
Nope.
Um, so yeah, like I said, really good night once again for us. Go on over there to that premium page and check us out. You definitely won't
Won't regret it, not at
won't
all.
regret it. There we go. That's what I was thinking.
Yeah.
So anyway, we got 6 games for you guys today. So yeah, regular start time and everything like that. We're doing this in the morning time for you guys. So alrighty, so I guess we will get into the 6 games. So our first game we got is Chicago and Indiana over and under, and Indiana by 7. So who you like in this one?
Whew. I wanted to look at Pau Gasol, but I'm not sure. I think maybe this might be a tougher matchup for him, but I said this before that I was looking at Pau.
Yeah, is he all the way back? Let me see. And he did okay last night. You like him here against Indiana defense?
That's the one thing, right? I mean, I want to be on him before everybody is on him when he comes back, but really tough matchup against Indiana. I think it might be a tougher game for him, so maybe I might hold off just one more game.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, he didn't do too bad last night, but just want to see at least one more time to see if he's all the way back. So I'm still not too bad. His price did come down a little. Still don't mind him. On the flip
Yeah.
side, do you like Mahini? You like Mahini?
Um,
It's been pretty hot.
I think he's a solid like low end cash game option here. He's not. I actually maybe more like a GPP rather. But he's not my favorite guy on the slate tonight, and he normally isn't. But
Hmm.
we've seen him before on these ugly nights where there's not a whole lot of choices that it really actually can work out taking him because he's right there down in the center. He's not too low, but he's low enough that he's going to help you fit in more studs.
Yeah, I mean, I don't mind him. Nothing special, not a sexy pick at all. But I mean, shoot, if you get to 25, 30,
Hmm.
you're okay with that because besides Mahini, there's really nobody else in the mid range centers. So
Yeah,
it's either Mahini or you spend up to $8,000. So
pretty much.
um, all right, we got Miles Turner. Do you like him?
Yeah, he really put a dud on us, but I think tonight might be a better night for him against
You think
Chicago.
you would have thought last night would have been? I mean, the last time he played against Houston, though.
That was our that was like, dude, how do we ignore Turner? How do we not play Turner against
Hmm.
Houston? That was supposed to be one of his easiest matchups. I think maybe what happened there,
He only played
he just
19 minutes.
yeah, well, he also had a career game the night before, or a couple nights before on his birthday. I think he was just kind of bound to play a little bit down. He's not going to repeat that performance.
Hmm.
Mentally, you're not going to go out there quite as hungry, or he's not quite mature enough like Jordan is. Going out there and just putting on performances like that every single night.
Hmm. So I mean, don't mind him. Probably not the highest guy out there. 5,700 for me. Still a little overpriced. Um, I don't know. I mean, maybe Turner, but I think there's some other.
Yeah, I think I
Um,
don't think I'm really gonna force myself to spend it on him. I think I'm gonna try to spend up a little bit.
yeah. Do you like? I know you usually don't like him, but do you like Paul George here against terrible small forward defense of Chicago?
Like you said, he's not my favorite, but other than Durant, there's not a whole lot of options there on the board.
Nope.
Decent mid-range guy might, you know, I think he's going to still be relatively well owned. He still goes well owned, even though we don't like him. Maybe a GPP option here. Not my favorite cash play though.
Well, I mean, besides Durant, all you have is Paul George. So,
Yeah, yeah, because you go down to like the lower
but
end, and or like Yeah, or if you go all the way down to like Beasley, it's like you're really leaving yourself
Corner.
open there. Yeah,
Yep. So I mean, I don't mind Paul George. Pretty good rating, pretty good projection, but I don't know.
I just think
I mean, if
he
you don't have
gets
the
you
money,
30, 35, and
yeah.
he can also really dud on you and get you like 10, 15. So
Yeah, well, I mean, it's one of those nights where there's not too much like good good players out there besides the point guards, so you might have
right,
to.
it's not going to be a night like last night where you can get a 360 very easily.
Hmm.
It's going to be pretty difficult to post a 300 tonight.
Yeah, it's one of those nights where I mean, Paul, we don't really like Paul George, but I mean, if you get you 35 points, I mean, I'd
There's not
rather
too
pick.
many other guys who are going to
Yeah,
get you 35.
yeah, I'd rather spend up to get him, just to ensure myself I'm going to get those points,
Hmm.
instead of spending down to get maybe Beasley, who I mean he can do it or he can put a dud on you. So
Hmm.
um, don't mind George. So and then you got Butler and Ellis. Ellis probably gets counted Butler here. So do you like Butler or Ellis?
No, I mean, obviously Butler is like, a little bit overpriced still. He's not his normal self. He's not going out there and killing it. I think they just kind of told him, take it easy here. Just
Yeah.
finish out the season. Let's not make any waves and destroy your knee again. So,
Yeah, they're right on. I think they're in the playoffs, right on the edge of it. Um, so I mean, they might be trying to save him a little bit for the playoff run. So,
yep.
GPP George Hill against D Rose.
Uh, he's definitely going to have the DVP, but he's not. I don't think I can go there.
Hmm.
Just looking at his recent line, he's really playing really down. It's going to be a
Yeah.
deep GPP play.
Yep.
Um, Definitely, is an option as far as DVP is concerned. But
Yeah.
yeah, in real life, I don't know how that's going to work out.
Yeah. I mean, we usually like Rose, but I don't know about Hill. um,
Yeah,
Hill, he's I don't. Who knows? He might do it. Once in a while he can give you 35, 40, but I don't know.
you can throw him in a cash game.
Um, you shoot, no way.
Not any chance.
Do you like D Rose? He's been pretty hot. He's pretty cheap.
Yeah, this guy right here. Uh, if Powell was going to be announced out, I would definitely play him.
Even when
Um,
Powell came back, he got 38.
I know that's the thing. It's a wild card with Powell in the lineup, so that's making it a little difficult for me to make the call. I might have to look a little bit deeper before I
Hmm.
really settled on putting in Rose. But kind of like Paul George, it's one of those guys. It's like, okay, he might not be the sexiest pick, but even if he gets you 4 or 4.5 times value on his price,
Hmm.
that's probably going to be just as good as anybody who, if you go cheaper, he might only get you 10, 15 points.
Like George Hill or something. So
Yeah,
yeah, it's definitely one of those nights where I don't see the huge 6 7 times value tonight. I mean if you can get your 30 35, take it. Don't try and spend down for someone that's going to get you 15 or 20. I just tonight train if you can get your points where you can try and get them. Don't try and get too technical with it. So
this is
um,
one of those nights where we say, don't get too cute.
nope. Yeah, definitely not. So I think that's mostly it from that one. Not too much going on in that one. So we'll move on. We got Brooklyn and Orlando, 211 over and under, and Orlando at 6. So this is an interesting one.
This
Do you like
guy's been on
Peyton?
a Yeah, I was gonna say this guy's been on a tear.
I like him.
Um, I think you might want to take him. This we were just talking about like spending down. You don't really want to do that, but this is one guy on the slate who I think in that $5,000 to $6,000 range you can really count on maybe 6 to 7 times value.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, just because he is facing the Nets, terrible team. He's been pretty hot as well. Peyton does pretty good against the terrible team. So yeah, I like him quite a bit.
Especially if Oladipo is going to be out, it looks like he's been
Uh,
upgraded to playing. So
yeah.
that ends it. Last night when I went to bed, he was still a game time decision, but yep.
Would you do a GPP with Oladipo?
I think you might have to because
Yeah.
who else out there under 9K is gonna give you a ceiling of maybe 45, 50.
Yeah, I mean, I know he's hurt and everything, but It don't matter. I think he's going to come back, get you 40 tonight. I really do here against them. Against the Nets, I don't think they'll really put them on a minute restriction right now, just because Orlando doesn't even have anybody.
Mm-hmm.
So I think Oladipo gets put back in there, get you 35, 40 minutes. So
Yeah.
I actually do like Oladipo.
So that
Um,
obviously eliminates Hazonia. Fournier, I mean, what do you think about him? Is he going to need to step up, or do they maybe not need him so much now that
well,
Oladipo is going to be back?
Well, even when he has been out, he hasn't done anything. He's just been terrible these last 5 games. So
I think since he had, was it like a wrist injury or something on his
yeah, he
arm? I
got
feel like,
injured.
yeah. Ever since then, he's kind of been ginger a little bit. So
Mm.
he's kind of not been playing up to that 6 times value that we had earlier in the season. I think he might be
Nope.
done here. Same with Bogdanovich. Since Rondé Hollis Jefferson came back into the
Yep.
lineup, into the fold, it's really killed its value. I was texting my buddy about this. The first night he came back, I was like, "This might be the last night you can take Bogdanovich."
Yep. Yeah, it just definitely killed him. Um, I got a GPP for you. I don't know if you like it or not.
Okay.
Say this guy's name,
Oh,
Sergey
Carousel.
Karasev. Anyway, if he's gonna start, I like him. The last 2 times he start, 23 and 32 points. If
Mm-hmm.
he's not gonna start, definitely not. But if he's gonna start, I don't mind him. $3,500, dude.
Yeah,
And
if
it
he
looks
gets
like it
starters minutes, it looks like he does, do pretty well in these games.
when he starts. Yeah.
Who has to sit for him to get into the lineup though?
Well, it said he's gonna. Or right now they have him. They have him
Hmm.
starting at the shooting guard position. They like to put him in there like almost every other game. It looks like so. Um, as of now, Red Wire has him in, but definitely have to see the final
Got to
lineup.
rest
But
those
if he's
studs
in
for the
there,
for the playoff grind, right?
shoot, there you go. I really do like this guy. I mean, if he starts, if he doesn't start, definitely not. But
Yeah,
I mean, if you look
yeah.
at it, like I said, last two starts, 23, and I'll take that from a $3,500 guy.
That's the thing. I was joking like they're going to rest for playoff push, but obviously they're nowhere near the playoffs. The thing is here, they're trying to see what they got out of some of these guys.
Hmm.
Like, do
Yep.
we want to hold a retainer on you for next year, or are we going to let you go? Or at the same time, they're letting these guys get some kind of run so teams can see who they or what they look like for maybe next year they might want to sign them as a free agent.
Hmm.
So you got to take advantage of little situations like that when they're going to
Yep.
rest the higher dollar guys, and you can get some real cheap punts. It's happening. It's the time of the year for that.
Yep. It is. One guy I don't mind. I know we've been off him for a little bit, but Thaddeus Young against Orlando. I mean, you got to target him against Orlando, man. I like him.
I was kicking my own butt for not taking him against Miami, dude. I mean, I thought
Oof.
pretty tough matchup there. So, but I gave him half a look because I think on that slate there really wasn't many people up there at the top.
Yeah.
Man, 42 points on 7,000. We'll take that 6 times value at 7K.
Yeah, I mean, if he's going to go up here against Orlando, as we know, they're terrible at power
Mm-hmm.
forward. Aaron Gordon, not the best defender. I like Young. I really do like him.
Yeah. The thing is
Uh,
you're gonna have to pick and choose how many of these guys are up there around the $7,000-8,000 range that you're gonna fit in and
mhm.
love. If you're trying to put Paul George in your lineup, can you really fit in Thad Young?
Yep, that's the huge question right there. Um, yeah, Nikola Vukovic ruled out once again today, so that just came out. So,
Awesome.
um, do you GPP with Deadman?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I was thinking last night. I was like, man, I really wish Vuk would be announced out so I can
Yep.
play Deadman. Looks like he's really coming on. They're giving him more minutes. He's getting really comfortable in that offense. It looks like. Um, you
Yeah,
know,
I don't know if you remember in the beginning of the year, Vukovic had the same problem. He was hurt, and Deadman was actually, I think, up like $5,000.
wow. No, I see. I don't remember that.
Yeah, yeah, he was really hot. So he's definitely capable. He's done it before, and I think he's back at it again here in a really easy matchup here against Brooklyn. So I like him.
Yeah.
Um,
Awesome. So yeah, that definitely helps because it was looking like Vooch might come back in, but
yep.
he's gonna sit. Yep, I do like that. I mean,
You
because
like Brook?
we need to fit these higher price guys in, like we're saying.
Do you like Brook Lopez?
Ah, that's just he's too rich for me, man. Like 81K or 8.1K. It's just too much for a guy who's still, he gets 20, 30 all the time.
Yeah, I mean, once in a while he has that good, good little run, but I don't I don't know 81. I'd rather have some other guys.
Yeah,
Um,
he got 45 against Charlotte and he got 56 against Toronto. He's covered his value twice in the past 10 games.
yeah, he's. I mean, you go on that. He's young, a little bit cheaper. I don't know. Them both of them been terrible to be honest with you. So, um, probably GPP plays for both of those guys. On the flip
Yeah.
side, like Aaron Gordon.
Um, nah, no, not
Yeah,
really. I mean, 5,700.
no.
That's a better price to take him at, but I still think he needs to be just a little bit cheaper.
Yep, he does.
I'm not ready to buy in on him. Thad
No, he
Young,
hasn't done anything. So,
Thad Young's pretty tough. I expect Thad
yeah.
to do halfway decent tonight against Aaron Gordon. We see this where, the older veteran guys know how to play these young rookies. They still don't know all the ins and outs of playing down low in the
Well,
post
he's
in the
not a
NBA.
rookie though.
Well, he's what? He's a second year.
I
He's
think
still
third
pretty
year.
young, I thought.
Third year, I think. He was injured for 1 year, so this is his first full year
Right,
from
right.
injuries and everything. So yeah, he's still pretty young. Um, is there anybody else? Jason Smith, Andrew Nicholson, probably. Smith had a pretty good game against Chicago. Andrew Nicholson, 25 and 23. Do you like him?
Yeah, I always see him because I'm like, I always forget about Nicholson, and then when I see him
Mhm.
do well, it kind of pisses me off.
Right.
And this is, we were just talking about it. This is the kind of
People
grind
you
of the
need.
season where these guys are
Yep.
are getting more minutes for no reason really.
No, no reason at all. And I mean, I don't know if this really matters too much, but Ilisalova's out, so I guess
Yeah,
that kind
that
of
is.
helps the minutes a little bit.
I think that is basically why he gets this little
Hmm.
spot treatment here and there.
And he plays center position as well once in a while. So, um,
You gonna roll with Nicholson and Dedman?
oh my goodness, no way, man.
That's risky.
I really want to spend up on my center tonight. That's the
Hmm.
thing, but I just don't know if you. I mean, if you can't do it, I don't mind Devin and get in some of those big guys. So, um,
Yeah, I like
let's
that better
see.
than Nicholson. I think actually.
Yep. A lot of people have been high on Larkin. Do you like Larkin since he's been starting?
He made it in my first look.
28, 25, 24. It's been
Really
pretty
cheap.
hot. Yeah.
Yeah, really, really cheap entry here. I may go so far as to say cash game option here because I
Ooh.
mean he's only 200 above minimum price and he's getting minutes. So
Yeah.
he only has a guy last night that you took in some of your lineups that we weren't so sure about.
Oh my
I had
goodness.
never even heard his name.
Jordan Hamilton. Yeah.
You know,
Oh my
so
goodness. Yeah. That was
it,
funny.
there's examples like that where you just need 18, 20 out of them. You get that,
And
you're going to be
yeah,
really,
help
really
me.
happy.
Yeah. Didn't even. Yeah, it was funny. I didn't even know who he was.
Yeah, I mean, really off the radar, one of those 10-day contract guys.
Yep.
I haven't
Getting some
really,
playing time. There you
yeah,
go.
I haven't paid attention to the NBA like I, have this year before. This is really my year where I've really dove in head first. So
Hmm.
still don't know a lot of these younger D League players who got drafted a couple years ago, and
Yep.
just get their shot here and there due to injuries.
Hmm. I'm gonna do this a little early. If you guys have any questions, if you are watching this live, you guys can ask us some questions. The little Google Hangout guy should pop up. Send us a message and we will get to you guys. If you have a lineup or anything you have questions about, you guys can ask us and we will get to you. So yeah, Larkin, like I said, I really do like him. I mean, shoot, if you're gonna get Westbrook in there and Durant, you're gonna have to have someone cheap. In a thing, if he's going to get you 25 points for 3,700, shoot, man, go for it.
Yeah, we're identifying a couple of these value guys here, but out of all of them, I think Larkin really probably provides you the most upside. We've seen games where he's done pretty well, gotten 30, 35.
Hmm.
So if you need a really cheap guy to fit some studs in your lineup and you need some good upside, this is probably your play.
Yep. Yep. I don't think he'll be too much of a secret. I think a lot of people will have him tonight. So,
Yeah, no secret here for sure.
all right. Well, I think that mostly does it. We hit a lot of people from that one. A lot of cheap guys, maybe some guys you want to put in there. Um, So
Yeah,
if you wanna target some cheap guys, that's probably the game to do it.
two teams that are probably not in any discussion of being at the top of the league of the NBA.
You know,
So one of those gritty, grinded out games that these cheaper players they can provide some pretty good GPP value for you.
yeah. So all right, we will move on. We got Charlotte and Philadelphia, 208 over and under, and Charlotte by 11. So who you liking this one?
Um, right away it seems like he's been a little bit under the radar for a couple nights. The other night I really wanted to work him in, and I didn't, and it bit me in the butt.
Who?
I know he's got a tough matchup here, but
Ah,
I'm going to take a flyer on Ish.
yeah, you like him? You like Ish?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean he has been hot. Portland, pretty good defense. I mean, against Kimball Walker.
I know Kemba's, he's big, he's good. I don't know.
But yeah, I mean GPP option, yeah. Not the best rating right now, but he's still projected at 29. So I don't mind him as a GPP. Do you like him as a cash game?
No.
No,
No,
yeah,
I don't think I'll be able to work him into a cash lineup.
no,
Obviously, he's not, he's not how do I say his floor isn't high enough for me. It's definitely a ceiling play.
mm-hmm. Yep, yeah. I mean, he can get you 10 points and just kill your lineup. So,
One guy who I think is a cash option out of this game, Marvin Williams.
yeah, he was in my first look as well. Right away, I had him in there. I love him tonight, man. He's probably going to be in almost all my lineups.
Yeah, I think I don't know, game or two ago, I was saying I was looking at him, and you're like, man, I don't really don't know, and
I think that was against Detroit. Yeah,
it was against Milwaukee.
it was.
I wanted to play him, and we just didn't.
Yeah. So I mean, yeah,
Because
definitely
he
mistake.
still had that 12.4 point
Yeah.
scare. You're like, oh, I don't know, because he's looking ugly right now. But yeah,
Yeah, because he had 7-0 and 12, so that's
yeah.
why.
But that's the thing, I mean, you knew he was going to bounce back, and he's been playing at such a high level. It always scares you when a guy gets hurt, but
Mm-hmm.
if he's a tough guy like him, and he just works through it, he's gonna bounce back pretty quick. I like him.
Yep, I definitely like him a lot tonight. So let's say Noel's out. Let's say Grant's out. Do you like Landry?
Yeah, I think he works himself into the
I mean, he
cash
has
realm.
to.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like him.
Who's gonna get the minutes tonight in Philadelphia?
Landry, Elton Brand,
Christian Wood.
Christian Wood. Yeah, that's it, man. So I actually like Landry. If Noel and Grant are out, then I really like him a lot.
Yeah.
Center position's downright terrible. Do you like Cody Zeller or any of those guys?
I wanted to look at Zeller, Kaminsky,
Yeah.
take advantage of this matchup against. Yeah, I just
Marvin Williams.
Marvin is the guy.
Yeah. You got Batum and Covington, Hollis Thompson.
I think out of all these, Covington is the GPP play here. Batum, he's probably going to have a pretty good game. He's not the worst defender, rather, but
He's too much for me.
Yeah, he's just a little too pricey, and even if he does get you 35, I mean, that's not really great value.
Yeah, I don't mind Covington at all. 31, 31, 30 in his last three. I like him tonight. I really do.
I don't know if I can put him in cash though.
Really?
I mean, I know he's consistent, but the thing is like, I would. How many of these guys am I going to be able to fit in above 5K when I'm trying to fit in guys like Westbrook or Durant?
Well, my thing is if Grant are out, I gotta have Covington in there, man.
Yeah, because who else is going to step up and get the scoring done? We saw it the other night where PJ Tucker stepped up because all the top big men were out, so even small forwards get a little bump because they play more of like the stretch 3-4.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, if they play, probably not going to go there. But I mean, shoot, if both those guys are out, his usage obviously is going to go up. It's just going to be Smith and Covington over there, and that helps Smith as well. So,
yep.
Do you like GPP, Lynn or Lee?
These guys are both big time
easy
GPP
matchups, man.
players. I know they do. It's just which one do you take?
I honestly would take Jeremy Lin just because he's a more explosive player than Courtney Lee. Um, man, I mean, really, really easy matchup, man. That's just the thing.
Yeah, Nick Stauskas is not scary at all.
Nope. And then you got Isaiah Cannon. He likes to play at the point guard as well. So sorry, shooting guard as well.
Yeah.
So, yeah. I mean, who? I mean, Philly's just been downright terrible. We've seen what Klay Thompson did and some of the other guys did against Philly. I mean, I really don't mind Lin or Lee.
You feeling a little insanity tonight?
I am. I actually am. GPP though, man.
Yeah.
Shoot, if this guy gets you 25, 30 points for 4,200,
and we know he can. We know he does it.
And against and against these guys, shoot.
You see it too, where if he catches fire, they'll leave him out the whole second half.
Yeah. Or would you spend an extra, down for $100, get a guy that's going to start and Courtney Lee?
Yeah, the thing is, like we said, if Lin catches fire, he just completely takes over all the minutes.
Yeah, he's not really a shooter. Jeremy Lin, he'll shoot and take it. He'll keep going. He don't care. So, I do like Lin over Lee here. Jeremy Lamb just went off. He's done. So, I don't think there's anyone else I really like. Kemba Walker. Do you like? Oh yeah, we didn't talk about him. You like him?
Yeah, he's obviously got a pretty good matchup here. I think you're going to see him in a lot of cash games because he's 7,800 and he has the opportunity to go off for 40, 45. I don't think he gets it done tonight. He's not my favorite play. Other guys I like more from Charlotte tonight. So, go ahead. You can go ahead and take him. I'm not gonna hate on him.
I'm not gonna take him.
Yeah. I mean,
like him.
Anybody watching, I know you're not gonna take him. But,
anybody. Well, I mean, the thing is like you said, if you're gonna get Westbrook, you can't really get Walker. So
no.
Yeah, I mean, there's really no mid-range guys out there tonight.
I mean, you could go GPP and try to get Walker, and no, it's just not even. I mean, maybe John Wall, but I don't think so.
Yeah,
I don't think it's gonna work.
Yeah. All right, we'll move on. We got OKC and Detroit, 215 over and under, and Oklahoma City only by 3. So.
Yeah, little interesting. Oklahoma City's been playing really tough, been blowing a lot of people out.
Detroit, pretty good defense.
Yeah, that's the thing. Detroit is a pretty good defense. They've got some young studs out there who can play with this team. I think Reggie Jackson, a really aggressive point guard, has a good opportunity here to hit you up with maybe 6-7 times value. He might. I don't know if he's really under the radar, but he might go somewhat overlooked tonight.
Yeah, revenge game. He might want to, step it up here against Russell Westbrook. He was behind him for a while in the job. So I don't mind Jackson. His price dropped dramatically, only $6,000. Advantage of him tonight. If he was back up to 7,000, I probably wouldn't take him. But if he's only 6,000, definitely I don't mind him at all. Get you 30, 35 tonight.
Would you go Walker Jackson, or do you have to go Westbrook Jackson?
Yeah, I'm like I said, I'm probably not going to pick Walker at all, so that just takes it out of the equation. Yeah, Walker's not going to be in any of my lineups, so yeah, it's definitely going to be Westbrook or someone lower. The only thing is, do fade Westbrook and put in Curry in a huge game against Washington at home. That's where I'm going. Plus, he's $100 cheaper, so it's really interesting. Who you're going to pick. That's the thing.
Or do you lose all your marbles and go Westbrook and Curry?
Ooh.
I don't know. You can really do that tonight and get away with it. I mean, it's really enticing because you might be able to get 100, 110 points, 120 points right there. But how else are you going to make it happen?
Yeah.
It's not, maybe last night if that Washington Golden State was on last night's slate, maybe you could have done it. Yeah.
Yep. So yeah, I mean that's the thing. Are you going to go Curry or Westbrook? You're going to go Bulls. You're going to go Wall. It's it's kind of a how does it all fit in there? So definitely got to do some work on that.
Yeah, I think Westbrook is my cash game point guard.
Yeah. For me, I'm probably going to go Curry here. just because Washington, Golden
For
State, a
cash or
lot
for
faster.
GPP or both?
Both for me.
Okay.
I really do like Westbrook though, but
Yeah.
the reason why I like Curry so much because it's going to be a fast game. Both teams play really up tempo.
Hmm.
Curry's at home. Yeah, Curry's at home. OKC Detroit, a little bit slower. Pretty good defense, but I just think Curry's going to go a little bit more points. But
Yeah. Well,
do you like
Washington
Westbrook though?
has seeding to play for. Golden State has the record
Hmm.
to play for. Both these teams are
It's going
not
to be
backing
yeah,
down.
yeah. That's just why I like him so much. Plus, he's $100 cheaper. I mean,
Yeah.
I know it doesn't really seem much, but $100 could make or break you. We said it before.
Yeah.
Um,
So back
but
to
like I said,
back to this game real quick
yeah,
though, I guess.
I do like West. Yeah,
Yeah.
I do like Westbrook quite a bit, but Curry's my number one and Westbrook my number two.
So yeah,
So,
I can't really argue against that.
um,
KCP, what do you think? Easy matchup.
man, I don't like him. I mean, I
I know
never
you
liked
don't.
this dude.
I know you don't.
You like him tonight?
Yeah, dude, I like taking shooting guards against this team.
5,600. Yeah, he's not gonna kill you.
I know you,
Hmm.
you see that 12.7, you're like, ugh. But I wasn't really too high on him against Atlanta. So,
He has a really
um,
good rating. Yeah, I don't mind. I mean, if you look at everyone else, I mean, you got what Beal, Lynn. Yeah, there's no one else in that range. So definitely would go with that KCP here over
yeah,
any of those other guys. So
I know how you are with this guy. I get it. For me, I think this is the night to take him.
yeah, I mean, if there was more options, maybe not. If there was Booker or Levine or someone like that out there, maybe not. But
Yeah, I think
on
he's
a night
solid.
like this, yeah,
Cash game, tournament, whatever you want to throw him in.
yep, I do like him tonight here. Just because no one in his area that I'd rather pick, so definitely
Right.
like KCP. Um,
Durant, lock.
I mean, he has to be just because same thing as last night. I had him in. Well, both of us had him in a lot of our lineups because shooting. I mean, small forward was terrible last night.
Hmm.
So I mean, you have to pick him
I
just
don't
because
see
there's
any way you can argue that Paul George needs to be played above Kevin
no
Durant.
way, dude.
There's no way. You
No.
can't slice it any way and sell me on that. So
What
I'm gonna
about
have to. I'm gonna have to
yeah?
spend up on Durant.
I mean, he's only 10-3.
Yeah, really respectable. We know he
Yep,
can float up around 11K.
yep, easy. You like Marcus Morris here?
One of those
Interesting.
under the radar, interesting kind of plays here. He's covered value there 25, 25, 30, 33. That's pretty nice right there. Going to be a
He's
tougher matchup, but we've seen some guys succeed against Durant, even though Durant's going to go off.
mm-hmm.
Um, you know,
I think the Thunder been struggling though against small forward, if I don't mistaken. I guess they went back down to the regular, so they are pretty good against small forwards. So
I think one thing that has started to happen a little bit more too is Durant has started helping out, guarding some of the bigger guys up there, helping with
hmm
like double teams with Ibaka, especially when Kanter's on the floor because
yep.
he is a little bit more of a liability on defense. You see Durant kind of peeling off to help double team guys a lot more, so that leaves the small forward open a little bit.
Well, my only question here is RotoWire always does this to us. They have Morris right now
Hmm.
against Ibaka. I don't like that.
No,
So that's the huge question. If Harris is against Durant, I don't mind that. I mean, it just matters who's going to start power forward. So whoever starts at the power forward position, probably going to fade that person. That's just how I feel.
hmm
Um, so I don't know what they're going to do here. So let's say Harris plays against Durant. Do you like Harris?
yeah, like whoever plays against Durant, really.
Okay.
So we're gonna have to watch that. I think we might have to tweet out to Fantasy Labs.
Right?
Because
Yeah. Who's it going to
Justin
be?
Fan's pretty on top of it as far as like who's gonna
Mhm.
start and where they're gonna start.
Yeah. Plus Harris has been pretty hot.
Yeah,
So usually he starts at the power forward. Meyer always messes it up. So we'll just have to see for sure. So
yeah, we're definitely not trusting that source for the starting lineup.
no, no, that's just a projection. So yeah, obviously whoever is going to start the small forward probably like them over the other against Ibaka at the power forward position. So all right, do you like who like you? You like Drummond, Canner, Adams?
All three? No.
I don't like Drummond.
Yeah, I think Drummond probably gets a tougher go against these two guys. he's going to see a lot of Steven Adams tonight because Adams is huge. He's a pretty good defender. Is Drummond at the
Really
top
good
of the rating?
Yeah, he is. That's why I was like, He's right behind Brook Lopez.
I think that's basically a product of how ugly it is at center tonight.
Yeah, you might have to, but
It seems like this.
I already know who I like.
Yeah.
I think I know who you will.
Just because he's solid right there in the center. He's a punt and he's also an upside play at the same time.
Yeah, I'm gonna spend an extra, probably about $1,400 down to get somebody else. 15.
Yep.
So I don't mind Drummond. It's terrible up there, man. At that high. So do you want Drummond in a close game, or do you want Brook Lopez who can get you 20 or can get you 40? Honestly, probably pick Drummond. I know it's a hard matchup, but it should be a close game. It should be competitive. They're gonna need Drummond. So I got to give it to Drummond, even though he has a terrible matchup. So I don't know about you.
Yeah. If you're looking to spend up on center, you have to go look at this guy.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm not going to go with Howard. I'm not going to go with we can't go Gasol just yet. So yeah, Gasol's even more than Drummond. So come on.
Yeah, so probably Drummond is probably the best one out of those higher guys. So, all right, then you got Cantor and Adams. Who do you like, Cantor or?
I think obviously Cantor provides you more of an offensive explosion type of play. Man, I was thinking we're going to see more Adams, but I was thinking about it, man. I mean, maybe Cantor's offense gets used against Drummond's kind of suspect defense of late.
Yeah, that's the thing. 5,600, getting up there, man.
Yeah, a little pricey though.
Adams got 24 against Toronto, so.
Adams is more of the tournament play for sure. Cantor, I don't call him cash, but some people call him cash safe. But if between the two to compare, Cantor's more of your cash game play. Adams is more of your GPP play. Mm-hmm. But I think both of them probably not going to really do too well on their value tonight. That's just me.
Yeah, probably gonna stay away from them. We didn't mention Ibaka. He has been pretty hot. Do you like Ibaka here against Detroit?
The more and more we talk about this game, the more I realize this is going to be a really intense, tough matchup that you might have to take more guys from than initially I was giving credit for. So I'm going to have to study Ibaka. I can't ignore any of these guys really. We've seen Detroit get involved in these really tough matchups. Double, triple.
That'd be awesome. That'd be nice. It could happen. I mean, Detroit will keep this game. They are a pretty good team. Record's not too good, but I think they can definitely stay up with OKC. So
they both have something to play for. OKC needs to hold down that number 3 seed. Detroit, they're still kind of floating around in the bottom / middle of the pack. They can, they can foreseeably force their way into a home court situation for the first round. So they definitely need to win this game.
They do. So a lot of people I really do like from this game. So I think the over and under is just a little low, to be honest. 215, maybe a little higher, but it should be a pretty good game here.
Probably going to be a defensive struggle for a little bit of the game, but it's just going to get broken open in the second half. Westbrook and Durant are going to be super aggressive. You can't really ignore too many of these plays from this game.
No, you can't. So, all right, I think that mostly does that one. Anyone else you like here?
Pretty much. I think that pretty much covers it. Stanley Johnson is nowhere in the realm of playing right now. So.
Hey, you forgot somebody.
Who did I forget?
Come on, man.
Darn it, dude. Favorite punt play of the day.
Right?
Always got to work
about him, man.
We'll see if he got a sick haircut again or something.
Oh my goodness. We forgot about him.
Man, I guess I've been going too rough on Duke lately. I had to give him a break. You know what I mean?
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, Singler. Put him in there, guys. Just for funsies.
Yeah, if you want to ruin your bank account, put in Singler.
Yeah, yeah. It's one of
Uh,
those troll shares. We see guys on Twitter always kind of like,
right,
half of the advice is real, half of the advice is fake. Uh,
right.
this is one of those half the advice is fake guys.
Oh man. All right, we'll move on. We got Houston, Cleveland, 211 over and under, and Cleveland by two. As most of you should know by now, LeBron James is going to sit. So who's that open up? Does that open up Irving or does that open up Kevin Love? Who's going
Or
to go
J.R.
off?
Smith.
J.R. Smith. I like J.R. Smith, dude, against Houston, man.
Yeah, definitely. I don't. Whew, I might not work Harden into my lineups tonight. I don't
I
know
don't
about
have him.
you.
I don't have him in there.
I think I might even just go as it might sound risky, but I might just really spend down at shooting guard tonight. I might go KCP with this guy right here.
That's a little risky. I don't know if I do that just because I hate KCP so much.
It's really risky, but at the same time, I think you can get away with 75, 80
I was gonna
points.
say Oladipo Smith or something, or Clay Thompson Smith or something like that.
Probably the better
So,
upside play, but I mean, if you want to really kind of go off the, you
yep,
know, under the radar, and I think Smith really opens up a lot of usage here. A lot of
yeah,
usage just opened up for him. So he's got the lowest entry price out of all these Cavs players besides Tristan Thompson, and he's a starter, and he's going to see a lot of shots coming his way. I think. We know LeBron is obviously the primary shooter, but Kyrie and Jr. kind of tend to soak up a lot of his shots in the wing areas. So
do you like Irving tonight or against Beverly?
man, I don't know, dude. Kyrie Irving's taking L's right now. I don't know. Maybe he comes out really fired up. I don't know if you paid attention to Twitter recently, but
Yeah,
kind of went through a little bit of a rough situation with his girlfriend there.
yeah. The only good thing about this last time LeBron sat was against Dallas. And if you look at Kyrie Irving against Dallas, he got 40 fantasy points, 33 real points. So that's the interesting part right there.
Yeah, LeBron's sitting, so he might get a lot of points here, but I mean, I don't know, dude. I'm honestly, seriously, I'm putting weight into this situation here with this breakup situation that he had. I mean, he just got his girl just cheated on him with a famous rapper. You know what I mean? So
Right. So his mind not be all the way there right now. Plus all the issues going on with Cleveland. So yeah.
I know
Um,
it sounds really dumb, but
but yeah,
Harden
stuff like that
Harden
comes.
Harden's play suffered a little bit when the
Yeah.
big Khloe Kardashian news dropped that he got broken up with. So it
Hmm.
sounds really dumb, but sometimes you have to get a little psychological on these things.
Yeah, yeah. Some of those. I mean, it doesn't seem like much. Maybe we're oh, it doesn't matter. But those little things. I mean, they pop up and they do get in a player's mind, and and that's the things you got to look for in DFS. It doesn't seem like much, but if people are having, players are having some issues off the court, it definitely affects them playing. So
I think NBA is one of those where it can really affect you too,
yeah,
because there's no sport where you have fans and people from the public literally right there on the court with you. You can have some heckler out there and get into his head.
yeah,
Maybe it gets him, makes him go cold. Maybe it makes him heat up in the second half. I don't know how it's going to work out, but it's a bit of a wild card tonight.
yep. We mentioned earlier we love Kevin Love. If you look last time LeBron said he
Mm-hmm.
got 48 against Dallas. So this guy, I think he's all over the place. 6,900. I'll take a shot with him here against Houston though.
Yeah, he might be the only like 7K, like six K punt, but
Mm-hmm.
I think I'm going to punt with him because
Yep.
I think he at least gets you 30 points here, and he's got
Easy,
upside for
man.
40. Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, he does. I mean, it's hard for me to say this, but I think Love's a better player without LeBron. To be honest with you.
Oh, all these guys are, dude.
Yep. Just I mean, he just bosses them around so much. So.
Yeah, I think he's one of those. He's one of those guys that just kind of he sucks the fun out of the game. You know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean?
Yep.
He's feeling the pressure to get all these rings, and that's all he's doing to everybody else. If you don't get a ring, it's a failure for LeBron. So
Yep.
if you're on his team and you're not playing ring worthy, then you're dead to him. So
Yep. Oh man, sorry. On the flip side, we got Michael Beasley, 4,900. I think he's way too much for me tonight.
might be done with him for tonight.
Yep, it's too
Uh,
much.
yeah, he's a little pricey. The best he's going to do probably is cover his value. Maybe some guys get announced out for Houston. You know, if Ariza's going to sit and Beasley's
Yeah.
going to get the start, that's pretty much the only possibility of me playing
hmm
him tonight. So you know,
So yeah,
it's
he's
not like it's going to happen or anything, but just
no.
just always be ready, I guess.
Yeah. Richard Jefferson's gonna start. I don't like him really.
No.
I think if anyone gets affected, it's Amon Shepard. Um, if he
Yeah.
plays.
Shumpert, we have seen, coming in off the bench squad, he's actually done pretty successful when LeBron sits out or when any of these other guys sit out.
Yep.
Uh, if you want to go punting with a really cheap guy from Cleveland, I would say Shumpert for sure is a better option than Jefferson. If one of these big
Yeah.
guys sits, maybe Channing Frye, but it's not happening.
Yeah.
It's not happening for me.
Nope. No, I mean last time. I keep going back to last time, but last time he did sit. Got 32 minutes. Shepard did, so he's getting huge minutes when he sits, but doesn't really do anything with it. He got 20 fantasy points, so I mean, nothing too special, but
Yeah, not the
um,
best passer. Not the. I mean, he's a decent defender, but I mean, still, he doesn't get
yeah.
enough steals for you.
No, so huge punt play right there, but I'm not too high on him. I'd probably spend the extra little money to get Linsanity, who can go off tonight. So
Yeah.
Shepard doesn't have a huge upside tonight at all. Um, anyone else you like from this one here?
I
Patrick
don't.
Beverly.
I don't know how many people we're missing. Yeah, I mean,
I don't
like we
like
haven't even
Beverly.
talked about Harden, other than we just aren't going to play him.
Yeah.
Beverly, don't really know about him. Not going to go with
Oh, Dwight
Dwight.
Howard. Yeah.
I don't know, dude.
I don't like
Cle-
him.
Cleveland pretty much shuts down the post.
Yeah. Plus Howard, if you've been watching him, he's not even trying. He just runs up and down the court. So he doesn't even care right now. He's done.
Dude,
He's like, I'm waiting for my money. I'm done.
as if you didn't already know.
Right.
Like he just,
He
yeah,
don't
he's one of
care.
those guys. He's out there. Oh, look at me! I'm gonna make some money. I'm gonna cheat and just totally blow it off like I didn't even cheat.
Right. Yeah.
I
So
mean,
he's done.
I guess it's not in the rules. There's nothing in the rules against using stickum or something. I don't know. I guess it's just like a bad sportsmanship type of thing. I mean,
Yeah.
he hasn't seen any punishment for it. So
Yep. So I'm off his train for a while. So
yeah,
all right, we got our last game. We got Washington and Golden State. Probably the game of the night. I'm going to be watching 226 over and under, and the Golden State by 13. So
take
we
everyone.
what fade everyone? No.
No, take it. Take everyone.
Right. Yeah. So man. The good thing about Washington is they do have some cheap guys. Otto Porter and Bradley Beal, definitely two interesting plays. They could burn you or they could help you.
Mm-hmm.
Starting on the low end, do you like Brad Beal or is he? I don't know.
He's
Do you like
risky for
him?
me, but this is kind of one of those games that he can go off. But I think I
Fast
like
pace,
Porter
yeah.
just a little bit more.
Against Harrison Barnes.
I know, tough defense, but
Mm,
I don't think I'm going to go with either of these wings. I think there's other options. Um, the targets for me for this game are definitely going to be either Curry, Thompson, Green, Wall. These top end guys.
I really do like Wolf. $9,700, man. I like him.
Yeah, definitely. You know,
Yeah.
Curry, he's a good player and everything. No disrespect to him, but other point guards can have really good games in games against the Warriors. So, um,
What
you know, we,
about Curry Wall? Ooh, I don't mind that, dude.
I really don't mind it because they're the top two players for each of their teams. They're both going to be
Mhm.
taking a lot of shots. Um, yeah, I don't.
If you
I
can
don't
fit
really.
that.
Yeah, if you can fit it in, go for it. We've listed out a couple value plays. There's not a plethora of value plays out there that are really
No.
solid. But if you feel like you want to go fit them into a GBP, I think that'll work out nicely. Like I said, I think I'm going to go Westbrook cash game, and then I'm probably going to go Curry GPP.
GPP.
But
Yeah.
I think I'll just probably settle with Curry in there for GPP.
Yep.
Maybe a risky GPP and put Curry and Wall in there, but
On the flip side, obviously, you got to put in Klay Thompson. This guy's just been unbelievable. His price is still only 7,400. Wow.
back-to-back 40-point games.
Yeah.
So
Got to put him in here, man. I mean, he's been unbelievable.
Yeah, he's catching fire, towards the end of the season, right when they need him to heat up.
Yep.
They've been through this before. He knows what he needs to do. If you saw him in the interview the other night, he sounded nonchalantly very, very cocky. He's just
Yeah, he's like,
very,
uh-huh.
passive about, oh yeah, well, when I take more shots, our team does better, and when I'm aggressive, the team does better. And you know,
Hmm.
he was being, like I said, he was like passively being cocky. He was as humble as you can be while being cocky.
Right.
He just knows that, Coach Kerr wants him to step up. So that's what it is. It's time to take Klay Thompson because we know he can be about 8, 9, even 10K. Maybe. But this is a cheap entry to get Klay.
Do you see 50 from Clay tonight?
Why not?
I see 45-50. I love him. Um, who
He's
else you
he's
got?
the chalkiest play of the night, I think, at shooting guard.
Right. I don't know why, but Markieff Morris has a really high rating. I don't like that at all.
How does he have such a high rating when
I don't
he's
know.
just coming back from injury?
Number one rating in power forward tonight. That doesn't make any sense.
It says
Stuff it.
could have played it Sunday against the Lakers, but wanted to rest him for Tuesday against Golden State.
So he should play. Um,
Hmm.
then you got Draymond. He's too much. Sorry. I just I don't know. Is he too much for you, or do you like him, or? Because I just don't see you get
Uh,
Draymond in here if you're trying to get Curry, Westbrook in there.
yeah,
And
but
I don't know,
man, I don't. Time and time again, we see this guy just
go off.
he puts up 5.2, 5.5 times the value,
Yeah, don't get me wrong.
even
I
when
love him.
he's
I
not
don't know
on
if
your
I can get him
radar
in there.
though.
No, he is.
He
He's
wasn't
on
on
my
our radar
radar.
against Philadelphia. No, yeah, but I mean
Yeah.
both of us collectively, not just yours. Like Philadelphia, we didn't really look at him too hard, but I mean he still went off for 46.
Yeah, I had him
Um,
against the Clippers with. So
yeah,
I do like him. I just don't know if I can get him in there. Um, on
if
the
you can
lower
if you
end,
can
yeah,
somehow get all big three in there, more power to you.
huge.
But I just don't see it tonight.
Yeah. Do you like Mo buckets?
Uh,
To be honest,
to
I don't
be
think.
honest, no, not at 4,000.
No, I mean it's going to be one of those games where he's going to get to 11, 12 minutes just because it's going to be a close game, and I don't think they need him too much. He got you 20 minutes against Philly just because it's Philly and why not? So
Yeah, he's more apt to kind of let them loose against these teams and in these games where it's not so meaningful, I guess you could say, to disrespect the Sixers, you know. But in a more
yeah,
closer conservative type of game where he's like, I don't really want to miss this shot and put us down, so I'm not going to take it. Bless you if
hmm
you're sneezing there.
no, I was coughing.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I don't really love Spates so much tonight. He doesn't probably see too much court time, like you said.
Mm-mm. And
There's not
then
enough injuries to need him.
nope. I think we both really like him. Gortat,
Yeah.
gotta have him,
Just
man.
there's not a whole lot of other plays, and he fits in nicely in the middle there. He's got a solid floor. He's going to have a tough matchup against Bogut. I mean, Bogut, pretty good defender here, but I think
Yeah,
Gortat gets the best of him.
I do. I like Gortat. I mean, honestly, I think he could get you just as much as the big guys could, like Lopez or something. So, Gortat
Hmm.
was down for a couple games, but last 3 games he's definitely been proving himself. So I like Gortat quite a bit.
We've also seen this too before. Morris came over and with Beal and Porter down. Gortat can be the number two offensive option for Washington,
Hmm.
especially if nobody else is getting it going. And as we know, you know, Golden State's one of those teams where you're going to need these solid go-to guys to step up and play against them tough because, I mean, they're going to. The Golden State's just a great team, so you're gonna have to go to your solid offensive options. And that's who Gortat is for
Yep,
Washington. When they need scoring, they can get it from him.
definitely. So, all right, I think that mostly does it. You like anyone else in here?
No, I think that covers it. You can't really go with any of the Warriors bench guys. I don't think.
Marcus Thornton.
Oh no!
Right.
Screw that guy.
All right. Well, I guess we can get into our lineups here.
All right. You want to go first, or am I forced to go first still?
You can go first. I
Ah.
I don't want anything so
All
far.
right. All right. So go ahead and just put him in Westbrook. I'm gonna try to just go with Peyton here, see how that works out.
All right.
Thompson and KCP. If I have to, I'll go down to Smith. Durant and probably Covington here, but it's gonna get expensive pretty soon. So, um,
Ooh.
it already just got really tough. So, I'm gonna start with like basically the top guys who I like, and then if I have to move down, then I'll kind of choose a pecking order, I guess you could say.
Mm.
I really want to get Thad Young in here, but obviously I'm not going to be able to, so I'm going to have to go Marvin Williams, and then this is kind of conditional here, so hard to call it a cash game play, but if Noel and Grant and all these guys are out, I really do like Carl Landry.
And then Deadman.
Yep, because that's all I got money left for. So
Right.
you
That's
know,
actually pretty good lineup right there, to be honest with you. So, definitely do like it quite a bit. So all right, let's cancel that out. All right, so I'm gonna go with Stephanie Curry.
okay, or Stefan, like Nike lost a
Stefan.
contract with him. Did you see that
Right.
on Facebook or
I
Twitter
heard
or something?
something. I didn't see it though.
Yeah, Nike originally lost the
Yeah.
contract when he was a rookie because they called him Stefan during the pitch.
That's awesome. Oh man. All right, so I went with Curry, Peyton, Klay Thompson, J.R. Smith so far. I'm go with KD. Um, let's see here. And no one really else in that small forward spot. It's going to be a huge GPP play. I'm going to put him in there though. I'm going to put in
Oh, Sergey Karasev.
Sergey.
I don't
Yes,
know how you
only if
say
he
it.
starts. Only if he starts. I'm going to put him in there.
Yeah, it's kind of like
Plus
my
he
Landry
opens up a
pick.
lot.
I mean, I really
Right.
don't know how much that lineup I just gave out is going to make it into my final. It's just the YouTube lineup.
Mm-hmm. I want him. I don't can't get him though. Guess you could do that. Um, yeah, I'll do that. I got Curry, Peyton, Klay Thompson, Smith, Durant, Karasov, Love, Landry, and Gortat, something like that. It's a little interesting, but yeah, probably not gonna have Krasov in my or however you say his name. Probably not gonna have him in my final, but it looks good for now if he starts. But you only need 20 from the guy. So, all
Yeah.
right, yours.
All right. I'm gonna go GPP here. Curry, and then
All
I'm
right,
thinking I'm gonna go with Ish.
all
That's
right.
my GPP. No, you know what? I'll go all the way down to Larkin.
Yeah, he's a lot better GPP here.
Um, Oladipo, and then I think right here is where I'll take JR.
All right.
Ooh, you know what? I like better. I'll take Lynn. You're like, yeah, dude, get that extra $100.
Right.
Um, and Covington. Kyle Singler. No.
There you
I'm gonna
go.
move on here. I'm gonna go power forward. I'm gonna work on the rest of my lineup still.
All right, so we
Or
keeping
first.
Covington in, or are we taking him out?
I'm probably gonna keep Covington in there,
All right.
but I think he's gonna be one of my GPP plays either way.
All right.
Center, I gotta get Gortat in there. I have to. So um, that leaves me with 68 each. I gotta get Marvin in there. I really like him. We kind of mentioned him earlier, and if I'm not gonna have Deadman in there, maybe take a little bit of a risk here with Nicholson.
There you go.
And that leaves me enough to get Durant. Wow.
There you go.
Boom. So I still have 500 left, so I can do a little tinkering. But just for now, it's going to be Curry, Larkin, Oladipo, Lynn, Covington, Durant, Williams, Nicholson, and Gortat.
Definitely a GPP. All right. So I don't think I can do that. See if I can. Ooh, that really cuts your price down, doesn't it?
It's one of those slates where you can't really get too stuck on one guy either. You know what I mean?
No, you can't. Got to keep moving around different options.
There's so many different combinations. The more we got into the slate, the more I realized how many plays there are.
Right.
Looking at it, first look, you're like, man, there's really not a whole lot of options. And then the deeper you dive into that Detroit OKC game, and then obviously the Washington and Golden State game.
Yeah.
Charlotte and Orlando too. I mean, I didn't even.
Yeah, there's a lot of good picks.
So much value out there. Even though it's not not as good as last night, obviously, with all the injury, or resting guys, but still some good options out there today. You're gonna see a lot of different lineups, I bet.
Yeah, I really want to get Wall in there. I just can't get him.
Curry and Wall would be pretty strong, but everything else is weak.
Yeah, I'm trying to get that in there. That's really risky, though. You got Curry, Wall, Klay Thompson, Smith, Covington, Marcus Morris, Love, Williams, and Deadman. I don't know about that. That's a little...
Yeah, that's like one guy I totally ignored in my lineups was Love. But, I mean, man, he's a really good play tonight, probably.
I love him, yeah. I love Love.
Oh, so. You had to do it.
Right? I had to do it, man.
It's like Singler. You got to do it.
Yep. So, yeah, I mean, there's going to be a lot of different lineups out there that we're going to have to go through. So, but anyway, I think that mostly does it. Like I said, there's, a lot of interesting lineups just because there's so many high-priced guys, not enough value out there. So, definitely, stay up on those injuries if anything like that happens at all. So, I think that most does it. Like I said, if you haven't checked out our Twitter or our premium page, definitely go on over there and check it out. As we said, 368 last night, so we've just been downright on fire this last week and a half. So, not too much time left in the season, so definitely go on over there while you can. I'll have the link for both of our Twitters in the comment section, and I'll have our email down there as well. So, you got anything else to say?
No, I think that just about does it. Just anybody who's watching and you want to make money and you have $10, you should just transfer it over.
Yeah, definitely, man.
If you like money.
Yeah, like I said, one of our guys signed up for $10 yesterday, and he made $750 last night. So, yeah, not too bad of a investment right there. So,
yeah.
So, all right, guys, if you do enjoy the video, please leave a like. I appreciate it. If you have not subscribed yet, hit that subscribe button for more awesome videos. We will also, a lot of people been asking, we will be doing MLB as well. For the first, probably 2 weeks, we're probably gonna, do some free lineups just to get into it and see how it goes. Fanduel changed up their scoring a little bit, so that's gonna affect it just a little bit as well.
Plus the
So,
early season, some guys,
mhm,
pricing is nowhere near what it needs to be.
no.
So really volatile. There's going to be a lot of value to cash in on. But once we get going and get more of a stable system, then we'll probably open up a separate Twitter page. I think we're discussing.
Yeah, probably for baseball, so we don't get it all mixed up. So,
Yeah.
um, I've been doing baseball for a while, but like I said, they changed up the scoring, so it's a little different on me. So,
Yeah, and I admittedly a little bit newer to it. Still,
right,
like you said, they're going to change the scoring. So even what little I learned last year is pretty much all out the window.
I'll teach you, Jedi. No,
Yeah, I'll be your young Padawan. I mean, it's worked out so
right,
far pretty well, right? So
yep. So, all right. Well, anyway, like I said, if you do enjoy the video, please leave a like. So, once again, thank you for watching, and we will see you guys tomorrow.